focusing on working on the SC430s. So to my left is mine, a 2002 with 134,000 miles, owned for just about a year, a little over a year. And then to my right, I have my dad's 2003 SC430 with, I believe, 140-ish thousand miles. And then I have a parted out green 2003 SC430 in the backyard. So basically the reason I'm wanting to start YouTube is to basically document what I'm doing to the SC430, whether it's doing aftermarket things or just basic maintenance. So reason being is sometimes if I'm working on something, right, disassembling, whatever, sometimes when I'm reassembling, you forget a bolt, maybe I forget a washer, things like that. So this is why I want to start YouTube, to be able to document those things. So for whoever's watching doesn't make the same mistakes I do. And so I don't have to disassemble it again to make sure I put all the right pieces back together. I have a couple notes written down because I wanted to talk about other things as well. So I'm gonna be making more of like walkthrough videos. So that's basically a tutorial, right? But more of walking through the whole process of disassembling and reassembling, reasons why we have to take things apart and replace them, right? And then sometimes in YouTube videos, they don't show you the mishaps that happen along the way. For example, you know, plastic pieces that end up breaking or whatever. And I can go through that process of showing you how to fix it if possible, or finding a replacement, whether it's finding it from a junkyard, which is very difficult for this car, or ordering it from Japan to get an OEM part, right? And I also wanted to do this so it's easy for everybody to see and get access to how to disassemble things, right? And fix their SC430 without having to read through a super long forum and or really crappy, not very detailed YouTube videos, because sometimes these videos could seem very easy, but then when you end up doing it, it's actually a very complex process, or even vice versa, where it looks very complex, but then you actually do it and it's like, oh, this is really easy. So making these videos, I want to be able to, you know, give you the full perspective on how to go about certain things. Another thing I want to make this YouTube video, or start making YouTube videos, is to help Calvin out. As I'm assuming most of you know, Calvin's SC430 mods, his products are absolutely amazing. Sometimes the tutorials are a little iffy here and there. So I want to be able to help him out making those videos. You know, I'm not going to charge him anything. It's a hobby. I just like working on cars, and it'd be awesome to, you know, have more detailed tutorials on how to install his products. And then also, obviously, besides aftermarket parts, general maintenance, right? Tutorial videos, how to, you know, do timing belt, water pump, you know, those things like that. And then I'll do also a little bit of aftermarket things as well. Like, for example, I have a spoiler on my car. I know a lot of people don't like it, but, you know, it's just me. I'm young, I'm 23, you know, I like to put a spoiler on a V8 car, right? I'll do tutorials on, you know, exhaust systems, maybe, I don't know, supercharge in the future. That's down the road, but you get the gist. Tutorial videos, detailed, get every single step of the process, no cutting things out, so you can see how it really is. Only downside is how often I'll be making videos is going to be really tough, as I do live in Arizona. It is currently 94 and it's going to hit 108 today, and it's a little bit humid, so I'm kind of sweating already, and I'm in the garage. So more to come on how frequent I make these videos, or what tutorials I'll really be doing. So with that being said, please, I would like everybody to give me some advice, or even some, you know, constructive criticism when making these videos, things to, you know, look out for to make it easier for absolutely everybody. Other than that, please check out my YouTube. It's going to be called How to SC430. The first video is going to be working on the front and the passenger seat. We're going to be replacing the seat backboard is what it's called. But stay tuned for that. Make sure you take a look, like it, comment, let me know things to do better, or even what other videos or tutorials I should do next. Also, before I forget, because I forgot to talk about it in the video, I also plan on using YouTube to be able to document my 3D mechanic designing and making aftermarket parts for the SC430 to hopefully make it more accessible to everybody, whether it's putting on Calvin's website or just free for the taking. Because right now, basically, I have currently a prototype in, so everyone may know, Calvin has a navigation aftermarket unit to replace the OEM navigation. I personally don't want to use it because I already have an aftermarket stereo already installed, so I don't really want two screens, no reason to have one. So right now I'm trying to prototype a compartment to basically use as to put your phone in, your sunglasses, you know, miscellaneous things. And currently I'm in the process of getting the door panel to work because it seems like you need the navigation unit's motherboard to power the door. I've also made the throttle controller kind of holder to be put so it's easy to put in the ashtray, but it looks like someone has already made that design, which is amazing. Absolutely love it. But hopefully in the future, you know, again, making aftermarket parts to make it easier for everyone to fix their own parts without having to buy the entire sub-assembly for a couple $100s. For example, the ashtray. Sometimes the gear to open the door panel will break, and obviously that part, just the whole ashtray itself comes as a whole, right? It's gonna be $100, $200, I don't know, but it's absurd to replace the whole thing when you could just make the little gear. So hopefully in the future I can start 3D designing and making 3D printed parts so it's easy to fix things for a couple dollars. Because I had that same issue with my ashtray. The door panel didn't work because the gear was broken. 3D printed the gear, slapped her in there, good to go. So hopefully in the future I'll also be doing some 3D designing, making some products, maybe make it, you know, all the little tedious things that you can't really just buy OEM without buying the entire sub-assembly. So yeah, so stay tuned for that, and now have a great summer and stay cool.